Hello everyone, welcome back to Sonic and the Parallel Worlds. Once again, this is a 2-day event focused on the Sonic the Hedgehog series and the many excellent fan games and modifications of original games that the community has picked up to speedrun over the years. Just a reminder that if you are interested in attending Summer Games Done Quick 2023, that is coming up on May 28th to June 4th in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Registration for attendance is still open until the end of today, May 7th. So go to gamesdonequick.com for more information if you're still interested in attending last minute. So go check that out. So joining me for the next run is the wonderful Flying Fox, NachoTheAdventurer, and HUD601, because Flying Fox and Nacho are going to be racing each other in, once again, a game that is not using Sonic. We're using Tails for Sonic 2 Absolute, and HUDs is going to be our fantastic commentator along the way. How are you all doing tonight? Thank you so much for being here.
And silence. I was going to let the runners introduce themselves. Hey everyone, yes, I'm back to commentate, but first off, runners, introduce yourselves. Flying Fox, start with yourself.
Hi, I'm Flying Fox, and I speedrun a lot of Tails.
Brilliant introduction. Nacho?
Hello, I'm Nacho from main Nacho series. You might remember me from yesterday's run, playing Chow Garden, and you will remember me for the next run. I'm going to run. That is a surprise. I'm going to mention that, but I'm ready for the race.
Excellent. So yeah, this is Sonic 2 Absolute. So this, we'll talk a little bit about what this game is as the run gets underway. But runners, are you both ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Fantastic. In which case, I'll let you deafen yourselves if you want to, and I'll give you a countdown in a second. Actually, don't deafen yourselves. You won't be able to hear the countdown. I'll give you a countdown. You can mute yourselves. Right. Let's get this run underway. In 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, this is Sonic 2 Absolute. This is another fan-made remaster by the wonderful folks at Team Forever. So you may have seen Sonic 1 Forever yesterday. Well, this is the exact same thing, but for Sonic 2. So it takes the 2013 mobile re-release and it packages it up for PC. It adds a load of brilliant new features. So as you can see, we've got both 4x3 and 16x9 available to us. And in the time it's taken me to explain all that, both our runners have already finished Emerald Hill Act 1. We've got 21 for Flying Fox on the left, and we got a 24 for Nacho on the right, but there's plenty more to play for. So yeah, Tails has had some enhancements in this game. Not only can he do his usual stuff like spin, dash, and fly, but you can also flight cancel, and that's a really powerful thing that's been added to it. Normally in the classic Sonic games, if you use Tails' flight at any point, you would actually need to land on something in order to actually get back into a running phase and do a spin dash. You'd have to wait for him to fall down. Instead, on this, we can just press down and the jump button, and he'll immediately come out of flight. And we can see here how Nacho's managed to catch back up in Act 2 now. They're taking on the first of the bosses. Definitely one of the easier bosses. Just be careful of the drill on the end. Both of them finishing off. Oh, and it's so close. It's almost neck and neck between the two of them here. You can also see Flying Fox with Tails, Nacho with Miles. Obviously, Tails' his real name, Miles Prower, so you can toggle that in the game. Into our second level, our third act. This is Chemical Plant Act 1. You're going to see the runners take the bottom route here. This is faster. They're going to jump up and over the spring, get the extra spring. Don't go to the top, just stay for the bottom. Use the flight to get back up to the next bit. Round and round the loop. Get the jump up. You can see Flying Fox stopping there. Nacho also stopping, using the flight to get up into this bit. Mind the blue jelly. That can cause some harm. And then all the way to the end. 25s all round. This is so close. Okay, Chemical Plant Act 2. Now, this one's got a really interesting little skip. You can see they're going to fly just over to the other side here. That's going to actually trigger a path swapper, and it means we can immediately go down into what is essentially the second half of the level. Normally, if you play as Sonic and Tails, there's a manipulation you can do on the classic version that both glitched and glitchless runners will do in order to effectively skip about a minute of the level by getting that path swapper. Flying Fox outrunning the camera there. Nacho doing the same. Not quite getting the jump at the end, though, to get all the way to the boss. 8 quick hits on the boss for Flying Fox. We're going to see Nacho do the exact same. Notice on 16x9, the arena has been widened. A lot of the bosses have had to be tweaked ever so slightly for that wider frame in order to accommodate the 16x9 layout. But yeah, both of them getting through very, very close still into Aquatic Ruin. I love the music in this one. It's so good. You're going to see immediately jumping over the pillars that will be springing up every now and then. We're going to take the top path here. So in a lot of Sonic games, the top path is generally the quicker one, especially from Sonic 2 onwards. It tends to reward kind of good gameplay, good platforming by giving you quicker and easier paths up top. Especially here in Aquatic Ruin, we don't want to go into the water because that is slow. One of the nice things that's been fixed, though, if you ever played the original one, if you ever got those speed shoes you just saw Flying Fox and Nacho get, if you fell back in the water, it immediately cancelled the speed shoes. It's a bug in the original, fixed in this version, however. Yeah, 25 into 24, so Nacho's starting to reel Flying Fox back in again. Aquatic Ruin 2 now. Traditionally, as Sonic, you'd head down the bottom. Instead, our runners are going to be staying up the top path instead. You're going to see going all the way up the top into the treetops, grabbing the invincibility along the way. That should just give us a little protection from some of the bees that we saw actually in Snolf earlier on, if you caught that opening run of the day. Fantastic run by Dewolf, that one. But yeah, all Flying Fox just having a couple of little issues there, but getting around onto the spring all the way to the boss. And now using Tails' flight ability, being very careful not to get too far inside Robotnik's hitbox here, using the Tails to get all the 8 hits and the damage. You can see Nacho now on the right doing the same thing. Got a little bit too high then, opted to flight cancel for safety rather than taking a hit and finishing off the boss as well. Still super close. As we go into a level that I've become all too familiar with, Casino Night. Don't worry, the Casino Night Enforcement Agency will not be paying us a visit today. Hopefully we won't be seeing any gambling either, because gambling is slow, but you never know, things can occasionally... So we're going to be heading straight across, taking the top route again. We just need to wait for this block to come down onto the spring, head to the right, using the bumper to get us all the way over. This is really nice movement. Making the block cycle as well there from Flying Fox straight up to the top. Getting the bounce as well. That's really lucky. Getting the bounce off the bumper. Oh, just getting stuck there. That's fine. And then straight to the bottom. Don't mind that collision. That's just Sonic games for you. And then all the way to the end. Nacho not too far behind. Oh, but getting stuck on these. Having a bit of a rough time. Oh, and getting knocked back down as well. Okay, so going to have to take the spring here as a bit of a backup. And then should be able to fall down and towards the end. Meanwhile, Flying Fox in Casino Night Act 2 here. They're going to be heading along. Oh, just making the block cycle. That was so close. Grabbing the second set of speed shoes. So this will keep Tails' super speed going throughout this level. Needs to get a bounce off the bumper. Opting instead to take the mid path here. And then just got another spring to deal with. Up and over the top. Down the bottom. No longer able to clip through these in this version. And then minding all the bumpers as well. Lots of bumpers in this stage. It can be a real nightmare trying to actually get through them. They can often get you trapped in certain places. Nacho's starting to catch up and needs to wait for that block cycle. Don't want to get crushed here.
Oh, no.
Oh, and just falling down there, Amber. So yeah, Flying Fox coming down to the bottom, grabbing the checkpoint off to the boss. Interesting fact on this boss is that the iframes on this boss last a little bit longer than most of the other bosses. You can see how Flying Fox has grabbed the invincibility and is able to use his Tails' flight just last long enough to stay within his hitbox and get all 8 hits. But it's why, if you've ever played that one, if you use Sonic to bounce on top of him lots, you'll notice you can't keep bouncing on him. He'll fall through and take damage. The iframes last just a little bit longer, and that's why. And now you see Nacho coming towards the end. So you see he's having to use the flight just to give him a little bit of extra there. Meanwhile, we're into Baby Rage Zone. This is Hilltop. So one of the other fantastic features of this game, it supports mods just like Sonic 1 Forever and Sonic 3 Air do, and we got this fantastic music pack on at the moment, so we've got a nice kind of modern swing version of Hilltop, much nicer than the original Baby Rage music. And down the bottom, making good use of Tails' flight in order to fly over some of the lava. We're going to spin dash off that one straight up the top, and now we're going to go into this little chase section where the ground is going to start rising below us. You need to wait for it to get out of the way. Don't go too fast or you can get crushed by the ceiling one out of the way. Just taking a little bonk on the lava, not a problem. All the way up and out. One final spin dash all the way through to the end. That's Hilltop 1 done and out the way. Nacho, meanwhile, also in Hilltop 1, working his way through. You're going to see him do a very similar thing, take a very similar route, using the flight to get all the way to the top. Now he's going to be heading through the loop and back down. And while he's doing that, Flying Fox is starting Hilltop Act 2 now. So taking the top route once again, trying to get on top of that loop, just not quite making it, but that's okay. Good direction. Bring it all the way to the top, hit the spring at the bottom. That'll pull you over. You want to get the jump off the loop, get past the second one, mind the enemy that's just below. It does a really good job. And now we're going to head up the top rather than down the bottom. Good reason for this, it brings us right to the top of this climb section. So it saves us a little bit of platforming, a little bit of flight in Tails' case. Jump over the springs, mind the spikes. Watch that monitor. That one in the classic game is well known for being able to just very easily clip you into the wall. Going to spin dash off the second block. That avoids the lava at the bottom. We're almost at the end of the level. And straight to the top. And because we are Tails, no orange hindrance today. He's not going to get in our way for this boss. We can just bounce on him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just getting hit at the end there. But there's the 8th hit. Nice and straightforward. Nacho, meanwhile, taking the more traditional Sonic route down the bottom here, so having to do a little bit extra climbing up the top. And now he's coming round to the bottom, needs to avoid those springs. There we go, now he's on there. Oh, really good use of the flight, dropping nice and fast through that bit and up to the boss area now. Flying Fox into Mystic Cave Act 1. Definitely a favourite of the classic runners. We all love Mystic Cave. It's a wonderful little level. Tricky, feels a little bit like a labyrinth, but really, really good fun to get. Great funky music. So yeah, taking the standard route here onto the spring, grabs the invincibility, mind the boxes, make sure they don't crush you. Grab the next spring and get the little jump over that one, straight up and over the top of the cabbage. And then we can use Tails' flight just to squeeze through that bridge there. We're going to head to the top. No need to bring the drawbridge down. We'll just immediately grab the little hanger there that's holding there. Don't get crushed by the cabbage. Get the spin dash off it nice and quick and through in 41. Nacho catching up now, also through into Mystic Cave. Making good use of the physics there, getting the flight off the ceiling, which keeps the speed of Tails' flight and spin dash combined. And working his way through as well. Mystic Cave Act 2, not bothering to lower the drawbridge. We're just going to fly straight through the gap. Down, round, under the cabbage. We're going to grab the spring up to the top again. Mind the spikes that are coming up. We're going to fly over those, up to the top section. This is really smooth right now. Mind the bees. Make sure they're fireflies in this one. Make sure they don't start lighting up, otherwise you'll take some damage on that. Onto the hang glider. We're not going to be seeing the party pit today. For any of you that have ever played Sonic 2 2013, you may remember that the party pit no longer contained any spikes. It was actually, well, I suppose you'll have to go there and find out for yourself. There might be some hidden Easter eggs and secrets there for you. But meanwhile, we're onto this boss here. Definitely beefed up in this version. Oh, just getting the last hit in time. No rings left. The ceiling was starting to fall in. The spikes were coming down. Robotnik almost got away. Flying Fox just finishing it off there in time. That was a real nice save right there. Nacho also working his way through at the moment Mystic Cave Act 2, doing a really good job getting round, minding the fireflies down into the boss arena. We'll see how he gets on with this boss on the right side. Flying Fox on the left, starting off in Oil Ocean here. Now, I spoke about this during the Sonic 1 Forever race, but let me tell you, if you didn't see that one, about something called cycles. There's a lot of objects within this game that are based on a recurring cycle. Now, these can either be screen-based cycles, or they can be global cycles, so they are constantly on a cycle the moment that the level starts. The screen-based ones only start their cycles when they come on screen. So things like the fans here, for example, I believe are on global cycles. Now, why the screen-based cycles matter in terms of them playing 4x3 and 16x9, it's really important. Smaller screen means that they won't come on as soon as they will in 16x9, so it does kind of change the run in certain areas depending on which way you tend to play. So widescreen, while you can see more, will trigger some of those cycles sooner and kind of changes the way we have to speedrun some of the game. But Oil Ocean 1 is done for Flying Fox. Nacho making his way through Oil 2, definitely starting to catch up now. You're going to see Flying Fox fly straight up to the top, not worrying about the bottom section there. I'm going to take the right-hand jump into the cannons here, straight to the top section, immediately fall back down, and then spin dash to the right. Nice little bonk on the enemy there, straight into the next cannon. This will take us round to our next area. I'm going to hold right, and then fly up to the top here, grab the speed shoes. I'm going to jump into, oh, just missing it, into the cannon. Take us to the top section, getting sniped.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say, normally that one doesn't have enough time to get you.
I've never seen that before.
That's a first. Getting the sneaky little invincibility there, and we're going to be going after this boss. Now, should be able to one-cycle this, but needs to be careful not to fall too far into the oil. Here comes the boss. 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, it's really difficult to one-cycle back in the 2013 version, and in Absolute 2.
I was going to...
I don't know. It's the oil.
They've made it a lot harder in the remake compared to what it was, yeah. So Nacho now also grabbing the invincibility, and we'll see him go in. So yeah, normally you can get a really early hit on the boss, or a couple of early hits, but unfortunately not being able to do it in this one. Nacho also having to wait now for Robotnik to come back out. So a 123 from Flying Fox there. We'll see what Nacho finishes this level on as well, and that will give us a rough idea of just...
Actually, can I say something? Can I say something interesting?
Of course you can.
In Sonic 2 2013, you could actually just fly over the boss.
Could you really?
Yeah.
Good on Team Forever to fix that.
Yeah, I told them about that and they fixed it.
Speedrunners causing their own problems. Gotta love it. So a 107 from Nacho. So this race is really starting to close back up now. We'll get a good idea of the actual gap as Metropolis 1 starts for Nacho. We are looking at 21-second gap right now. So this is starting to get a lot closer. Flying Fox working her way through Metro 1. No need to worry about taking the nuts. We'll just fly up, thank you very much. Avoid the Starmies. Lots of lovely Pokemon-based enemies here. Not saying it was based on Pokemon. It did after all come first, but it does bear a striking resemblance, that's for sure. We've got Krabbies, we've got Scythers. There's a Scyther. Oh, okay, thank you not falling all the way down. Yeah, I'm going to take the backup route here, straight down. Just getting, that's actually a really useful bounce, not falling any further. Off to the right. There's the signpost, 1 minute in. Let's see how Nacho finishes up the rest of this level. So taking the top route here. Spin dashing straight up and along. Also gets hit, but manages to save it. 52, so reels in another 8 seconds. Okay, Metro 2, fly across the lava, mind the Krabby. Straight up the bumpers. Okay, being very careful. I love the smooth rotations that are added in. So some of the other nice things that have been kind of come over from the 2013 mobile re-release, a lot of things that had very janky movement because obviously the limitations of the Sega Genesis. We've got some nice smooth rotation on it now. So these giant cogs, they're lovely. These cylinders look really nice as well. Running at a consistent 60 frames per second here. Straight up and over the Scyther. This level starts to get really kind of cruel with where some of the bosses are. Oh, sorry, not the bosses, the enemies are.
Every enemy is a boss in Metro. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one, Amber.
Like, every slicer is a new boss fight.
Oh, it's so bad. Look
like
how
that
it chases you. Oh, just getting hit by the Starmie as well. It's a gauntlet, this one, isn't it? So,
it really is.
A 106 though from Flying Fox. That's a really good time. Nacho not far behind, or just getting caught under the platform. Heading back up and round. Spin dash to the finish, 103. Ooh, getting close.
Ooh.
I'm also being corrected in chat on my Pokemon knowledge. It's Staryu, not Starmie. I mean, same
Yes.
Pokemon, right?
Starmie is purple, Staryu is yellow. And also has fewer appendages than Starmie. Starmie's like a double star. It's really cool. And also Kingler because of the giant claw instead of Krabby.
See, you can tell I've not played a Pokemon game in like 20 years.
It's true. There's also in the Oil Ocean, there's, Octilleries and Kingdras or Seadras if you really want to, be closer to more Gen 1 rather than Gen 1 and 2. But yeah.
I've heard of Kingdra and Seadra. What's that other one?
Octillery. It's an octopus one from Generation 2. Big old red octopus.
A Pokemon finished for me at Gen 1. There's 151 as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my god.
That's going to rile up a few people.
And here you were excited about playing Scarlet and Violet. What happened to that? Oh, Sonic.
Because you were guiding me through it.
No, Scarlet and Violet's the new ones. You were excited about playing that with like multiplayer.
Oh, I was thinking about Crystal, that's why, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Mendez and I definitely guided you through Crystal.
Very much needed. Right, Metro 3, we are on the nut at the moment, having to use the nut to get up part of this. Oh, you see Nacho just trying to get the fast strats on this nut. So getting a well-timed spin dash and landing on it will really save some time in terms of the speed of how fast it can go. But losing a lot of time trying to get this, it's so close. Opts in the end to just go for the spin dash method, but now got to wait ages for it to go up. Just enough. Will this be enough to get the flight all the way to the top? Oh, taking a hit from the spike back to the beginning. And now Flying Fox on the boss. Hoping to try and get all the hits here with Tails. Ooh, getting the ring. That's good. Got to keep the ring. Having to get rid of the balloons. That's the final hit. Oh, Nacho getting the jump. Very nice. Yeah, getting the jump. Coming. Look at the speed.
Oh, Lord, he coming.
Oh, Lord, he coming.
Oh, Lord. No. No. Okay, bye.
No. And as Nacho comes through to the Metro 3 boss arena, we've got Sky Chase on the left. Let's all sit back, relax, stretch. How's everyone out there doing? Is everyone okay? You all remember to stay hydrated, looking after yourselves.
Where's ASMR when we need him?
Where is ASMR? Yeah, for all of you out there, if you've had a bit of a hard weekend, maybe you've been sat in front of your screens for a while, just take this opportunity. If you could all just raise your arms up, stretch all the way to the ceiling. It feels good. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Take in that lovely air as we're here in the sky, as the turtles parachute their way down, back safely.
And while we're also watching the parachuting turtles, I'd like to remind you all that you are now watching Sonic and the Parallel Worlds, a weekend-long event featuring Sonic fan games, mods, and more, which we're on day 2. I would say we're starting at noon each day, but we're on day 2. If you want to find out the rest of the schedule, use the !Sonic command in chat to learn more about what games we have coming up. We have a very cursed game after this, so if you enjoy bad ideas, that stick around after this race for sure. I'm sorry, I started to lose it at instructions unclear. I glued my thumb to the wall. I wasn't ready for that.
But yes, let's enjoy the last few seconds. This nice peaceful ride through the sky. The last remaining turtles float back down to Earth. Thank you, Sonic, flying your plane for once, instead of relying on an 8-year-old to do your job for you.
Well, it was 9.
He tried his best.
No, it was 8.
And with that, we are back to Wing Fortress. Immediately flying up the top, mind the propellers. Very nice, grabbing the speed shoes now. big jump, big flight. We're going to try and get over as much of this as possible. So making good use of the speed and the flight. All the way to the top. Don't ask why those monitors are floating in mid-air. They just are. And all the way over. Look at that. And we're already at the boss arena. Beautiful. Straight through into one of our favorite bosses. Thankfully with Tails, this should be at least a little bit easier than it is for Sonic, because we can just fly into the laser, just stay here, and before it even has a chance to fire, it is gone. So down we head. We see Robotnik flying away in his rocket. We're going to chase after him. Look straight. And skip the cutscene. Really nice quality of life feature there in this game. We can just skip the cutscene. Okay, final one. Death Egg here now. We're starting off with Metal Sonic. We saw him earlier in Sonic 3D and 2D. He is back, and he wants his revenge. 3, 4. Very nice. Really good kill there, and then off to the second part. Remember, no rings here in Death Egg. We need to be really, really careful, but thankfully with Tails, it's not free, but it's certainly a lot easier than it is for Sonic, and we're about to see why. Because we can fly up above the ceiling, and oh no! Fell through the hitbox! So we can just fly up and get all the hits, but falling through the hitbox is the worst possible time. Starting Death Egg again. First 4 hits. Nacho now in Death Egg as well. This is going to be really close. No more mistakes for either of our runners, or it could be over. Okay, so Flying Fox off to the second part again. Nacho getting the last remaining hit on Metal Sonic there. Let's see what's going to happen this time. So flying up, getting a bit more height this time. Now just needs to juggle these hits. 5 and 6. That's the final hit for Flying Fox. Time is going to be coming up for Flying Fox. And...
Time.
Yeah, on the fade to white.
Fade
That
white.
is a fantastic
also for
race.
Nacho. Time for Nacho.
GG to both players.
Okay.
What an excellent race.
What was my time? What was my time?
That was so close. Just waiting for the time to come through now for both of you. But Flying Fox finishing with a 24:18 and Nacho finishing with a 24:26. 8 seconds in it at the end.
Okay, that's a pity. I'm going to upload this to the board. I don't have to wait because who's what commentating.
I can verify it immediately. GG's on the PB, Nacho. Well done.
This has been what?
GG.
How many runs consecutive with a PB? This has been oh no, not
It's got to be at
consecutive.
least
We didn't have a PB
4th or
on
5th today, hasn't it?
Yeah, not consecutive, but still just so many PBs today. My goodness.
That was absolutely brilliant. Well done to both of you. Flying Fox, let us know how you feel. Let the people know where they can find you. If you've got any shout outs, feel free to go ahead.
How I feel? I started yawning when it started. I'm very sleepy now. Well, you can find me on Twitch. It's my name is Flying Fox on Twitch, and I speedrun an awful lot of Sonic games.
Fantastic. Yeah, make sure you do go and follow her. It's Flying Fox. Absolutely fantastic Tails runner. One of the best in the world. Nacho, let the people know where they can find you. Tell us how you found that.
Okay, I could say you that, but I will just give you shoutouts to you, shoutouts to the Sonic, the Team Forever. They are really good with first people. They actually are interested on this game still running, and it's really fun. They support a lot of the speedrun of this game, and thank you so much. And I will not say where you can find me because I'm going to be the next runner of the next game, and it's something really cool that I don't know why I did, but here I am.
You'll find Nacho in the next run. There you go.
Yeah, you can find me on the next one.
Absolutely fantastic. Well done. GG's on the new PB. Congratulations, Flying Fox, on winning the race. Another super, super close race. And yeah, big shout outs to everyone at Team Forever. You can download this just like Sonic 1 Forever. You can download Sonic 2 Absolute for free from their website. Pop Team Forever into Google and you will find them. But big shout outs to the whole team for making these amazing fan games. Amber, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you so much, all three of you, for being here. Huds, we will catch you a bit later. And Nacho's going to be on for the very next run. Coming up next is I may have alluded to a cursed game. I wasn't wrong. We have Sumari 3D Blast 5 coming up. We're going to take a quick break from Sonic and the Parallel Worlds for just a few minutes so we can get this next run set up and get the new commentators in. But if you are checking this out on YouTube, press the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Or maybe if you're hanging out on YouTube, check out the other Sonic and the Series events. This is our 4th one now. We started these in 2020, and there's plenty more Sonic where that came from. So stick around for just a few minutes. We'll be right back.